Hi, boys and girls. I know today you're getting ready to take your math quiz on money, and there was a couple reminders I wanted to go over with you before you take that quiz, just to maybe help you have a little easier time and remember some important things. Unfortunately, we haven't really gotten to do this chapter together in the classroom. This is one that you've done at home, and I know you and your parents have worked really well together to do this. One thing I mentioned in your assignment description for this quiz that I'd love for you to be able to do is to gather some coins and cash that you may have there at your house. I know if your parents are like me, they may not actually have a lot of regular, real cash because we use debit cards all the time. But even Monopoly play money or really any kind of play money that you might have from a board game or something like that would work well, as long as you have the denominations of a $20 bill, a $10 bill, a $5 bill, and a $1 bill. And then, of course, some coins. And I would imagine that probably most of you do have some coins that you could practice with and even use while you take your quiz. But what I want to remind you of today is when we have an assortment of money like this, we want to always start counting paper money first. We call that currency. Always count your paper money before you count your coins. And I'm pretty sure we went over this in class before we were let out of school, that you always want to start with the highest value first. And this has been in your assignment descriptions as well. So in keeping that in mind, when we have dollars here, we want to start with the one with the greatest value first. And looking at these, we see that would be a $5 bill, which you can see there's just one $5 bill, which of course gives us $5. Then we move on to the next highest value in paper money, which is $1. We have $5 already, so we're going to count from there by ones, $6 and then $7. Keep $7 in your mind as you get ready to count your coins. In fact, you can even write $7 down on your paper if you want to. In fact, I would encourage you, when you're taking your quiz, to have paper off to the side. In fact, you're going to need it definitely for one of the other subjects I'll show you about, one of the other sections I'll show you about in just a second. But you've got $7 right now. There's your dollar sign. Here's your decimal point. Now we're going to look at coins, all right? And again, we're going to start with the coins that have the highest value first, which is going to be quarters. And we know 1 quarter is 25 cents, 2 quarters is 50 cents, okay? The next coin that would have the highest value, think in your mind, would it be dimes or would it be pennies? And of course we know it would be dimes. We already have 50 cents, so we're going to start counting from 50. And since dimes are worth 10 cents a piece, we're going to count now by tens. We've got 50, so this would make 60, 70, and then 80 cents. Of course, we're not done because now we have to count. What are these? They are pennies, really the easiest one to identify because they're the only ones that are orange. So we have 80 cents, and now we're going to count by ones from 80 cents. 81, 82, 83. So your total amount of money here, including dollars and coins, is $7.83. Okay, so just a reminder, as you take your quiz, there'll be several questions like this that will give you a certain amount of dollars and coins. If you have money to use it during the quiz, and that will help you. If not, then write it down on paper. If you've got some notebook paper or some scrap paper that you can do, that would work really great. Let's do one more together before I show you a different kind of problem. I'll take down those. As you can see, I'm using our whiteboard from school. Brought that home so we could use it for some of our videos that we're going to be doing. Okay, we'll take that off. Now I'm going to put up some different dollars. I'll get my hands on them here. I've got a $20 bill, a $5 bill, and a $1 bill. And then we've got some coins. Put up some dimes. and some nickels, and just 1 penny. Okay, once again, as we go to count out money, if we've got paper money, we want to always count it first, starting with the bill that has the highest value, which in this case is a $20 bill. We all love $20 bills, don't we? So exciting to open a card and find one of these inside. So we're going to count the 20 first. That's $20. Then we have a $5 bill. That's the next highest value of paper money that we have. So we've got 20, 25, and then we have one $1 bill, which makes $26. So I'm going to go ahead and put our dollar sign up, 26, and the decimal point. Now let's count coins. Something I want to remind you of as you are counting money is always be careful to notice the difference in sizes. Dimes and nickels are pretty easy. There's no quarters up here. Quarters and nickels are the ones that are sometimes confusing and hard to tell apart. I always have tried to tell students to pay attention even to the faces that are on them. And on the face of a nickel is Thomas Jefferson, whereas on the face of a quarter, it would be George Washington. But you don't have to worry about that in this problem because you don't have any quarters, you've got dimes and nickels. And of course, the difference here is size. Dimes are easier to tell because they're smaller. So let's count the dimes first, and you all know that we count by tens because a dime is worth 10 cents. So let's count the dimes first because they're the highest value of all the coins that are shown here. So let's count 10, 20, 30 cents. Now we're going to change what we're counting by because we're counting nickels. We're going to count by fives. We've got 30, 35, 40, and then our last coin, of course, is our penny, our orange penny with Abraham Lincoln on the front, which is worth 1 cent. So we've got 40, and this makes 41 cents. So again, like I said, on your quiz, when you have questions like this, if you don't have money to use, then just use a piece of paper. You're also going to see some on your quiz today that gives you a certain amount of money, and then it gives you options of which bills and which coins to use. That kind of problem also would help you if you had some money around. Okay? I'm not going to try to demonstrate those on the board, but I did want to go on and demonstrate later on the quiz. You're going to have a couple of problems where you're adding and subtracting money amounts. And I'm going to want you to have paper for this section for sure because of the fact of doing it on the computer. It's going to be listed in a horizontal way rather than vertical, and you're going to need to write these on paper. I'm going to give you an example. $3.46. Don't forget your dollar sign and don't forget your decimal, okay? The next amount is $2.95. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because I know a lot of times it can be a problem to line up your numbers correctly. Okay, you want to make sure that the numbers that are in the ones place are right above each other. The numbers that are in the tens place are right above each other. Don't forget your decimal point. And then the numbers that are in the hundreds place, or in this case, the dollar section, you want to line those up one above the other. If you get those off, you know that you'll have a harder time adding or subtracting, whichever one it is, and doing it properly. So let's go ahead and do this. 6 plus 5, of course, is 11. Carry that 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 9 is 14. Put that 1 there. As you're going, go ahead and bring that decimal point right down. We don't want to forget that when we're adding and subtracting money. It's easy sometimes to forget to bring that decimal point down, but you want the decimal point to line up right in the same column as the ones above it. Let's go ahead and carry that 1. Okay, now we have 1 plus 3 equals 4, and 4 plus 2 equals 6. And then again, we're going to bring down the dollar sign, because it's not money if you don't have your dollar sign and your decimal point. So $3.46 plus $2.95 is $6.41. So it's just normal addition and subtraction, but I wanted to show it to you just to remind you to line up those numbers really carefully when you write them on paper. You might even want to have your mom or dad or who's ever helping you during these assignments to kind of check and make sure that you've lined them up correctly, because once they're lined up right, you're going to have a lot better chance of getting the right answer when you're adding and subtracting. Let's go ahead and do a subtraction one too. Okay, subtraction, let's do $7.50. Like I said, don't forget your decimal point and your dollar sign, minus $4.63. Okay, all right, remember we're subtracting now, so don't add. Make sure you watch that sign. Let's look here. We've got 0 minus 3. We cannot subtract that the way it is, so we need to borrow from the tens place and rename that 5 to a 4. And take the one that we borrowed and bring it to the ones place and rename that 0 to a 10. Let's go ahead and start subtracting. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Okay, when we get here, you know that we cannot subtract 4 minus 6, so we're going to borrow again and rename that 7 to a 6. Take the one that we borrowed and rename that 4 to a 14. 14 minus 6 equals 8. And then we'll bring that decimal point down just like we did in the addition problem and go on and finish our subtraction. 6 minus 4 equals 2, and bring down that dollar sign. And our answer is $2.87. So I hope this helps you as you get ready to take your quiz today. I know that you'll do a great job as you've already been doing. And if you have any questions while you're taking it, I'll be on the computer tomorrow from 9 to 12 and 1 to 3. So please don't hesitate to send me a message or drop me an email and I will help you. And my final message is good luck. Thank you, boys and girls.